Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in our series from Worlds of Wonder. We're doing the second page of our underwater ribbon, I guess. That's what I think I called it. Oops, I'm just moving my book a tad so that we can, come in a little bit closer. I think I'm going to do this bit down here today. Let's come in as closely as we can. We've got some fish and shells and bits and pieces. Oh, there we go. Let's go up a little bit there. Now, should we start with our fish? Now, these fish are very similar to the ones up here that I'm pointing to that you can't see. The body and the fins and things are the same, so I'm going to use the same principle for colouring them, which was a darker body than fin. Actually, I'm just going to start with a purple. Well, this is violet actually, number 6. It looks quite blue in my... Oh, I'm going to sharpen it. I'm going to use this for the first fish. There we go. Just want to pick some different colours. It's unlike me to do something really sort of colourful with a big mix of different colours, but it just seems to work for the other side. She's just distracting herself and going out the lines. So there we go. It was quite funny, me and my boys, when we went out this morning for our walk, we're having a big political debate. Well, not really a debate. This is 62 for the pins. They're voting for the first time in a general election. My one son didn't. We had a small council election recently, but one of my sons didn't bother to vote because he didn't know who to vote for, because we didn't really have very much information come through from any of the parties, so he didn't know who to vote for, so he said, I don't know, I'm not going to. This is 23. No, I'm lying, it's 29. I can't read. Did I do that one already? No. But the big general election is where we elect our members of parliament, and it's the much bigger deal, you know. It's the one everyone's talks about or not. I mean, some countries may have even heard that we're having one. I don't know how much news people get from us, because you know, we're only a little island that thinks a lot more of ourselves than maybe we should. I'm going to use 25 for the fins. But anyway, basically I was saying, you know, what issues are important to you? How are you going to pick between different parties, you know? So we were talking about that. I was saying, you know, the main issues might be health, education, economy, defence, crime, that sort of, those sorts of, I probably missed them out, but you know, things like that. Have a think about what's important to you. I'm going to do this little one here in some greys, just because I'm struggling to decide what colour to do, and I'm thinking, why not? It's a little bit different. So I'm going to use number 8 for the centre. I'm not really sure what to do with the centre. I think I would just block it in. And I was saying, you know, are you concerned more about local issues or national issues? You need to think about that when you're voting as well, when you're picking. And here's number 83. Now for this next layer, I'm just going to sharpen. Because I'm going to make them a little bit darker on this outside, layer up a bit, and then less towards the middle. There's such a small space, it's going to be tricky for you even to notice what I've done. And I'm sort of saying, you know, think about whether you think the person is, you want someone who's going to be influential locally and make change in the town that we live, or whether you want someone who's going to be more, when they make speeches or word bills or things in London. This doesn't look, oh, it's a cool grey. Whether that's more important to you, or it might be a mixture of both, you know. So, and do you look at what they're promising they're going to do, or do you look at their previous record of what they've done? And of course some of them are new, so they haven't got a previous record. It's not a very easy decision to make, in my opinion. Some people always vote the same way, some people just don't vote, you know, so, but they want to, so they have to think about it. And I just want to not tell them how to vote, absolutely not. That's certainly not on, in my opinion. Number 11 for this centre, this is a flower, but I need to tell them what to think about. I said, you know, if they come canvassing around the door, do you want to speak to them? They're like, no. You know, do you have questions you want to ask? Like, no. Now, I certainly do have questions I would ask if I saw them, but no one's been round yet. I'm trying to make it a little darker, but it doesn't want to behave, so what I'm going to do is grab a little bit of orange, number 42, and pop it around the edge. I don't know if I can now. I think I might have burnished it a bit too much. A little bit, oh, it's showing a bit. There we go. Now, what colour should we do these petals, and how should we colour the petals? Wow. It's pretty, isn't it? I think we haven't had much blue for a while, so I might grab a blue. There's a lot of blue in this set of pencil. I'm going to grab this blue. I think this might be the 333. I think I'm going to go from side to side on our petal. So colouring the edge. What a pretty colour. Intensely here, and then less as we move across like that, and then do the same on every petal. Looks like they're got a little bit of texture in them somehow. Just do less layers and press a bit lighter. Hopefully you can see. Yeah, so it was just talking about, you know, what is it that you want, what is important, and therefore who do you think is the best to help with that sort of thing, you know. And so I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, really. To be honest, I don't feel that what happens in London has a huge effect on us here. Some people would disagree, and sometimes I don't really feel like there's a big difference between different parties in power, but it's very hard to predict what might happen. And there we go. I want a darker one for around the edge, so I'm going to use number 3 once I can find it. There it is. Oops. 2 pencils want to come out. There we go. Sometimes it feels like what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make it darker in this little dipped in bit, can you see? And then lighten it up towards where the top highest bit of the petal is. Just make this bit dark here, and then lighter there. Sometimes I think voting is a huge responsibility. It's something we should all do, and it's really important, and people fought for us to have rights to vote. Even for even men who weren't wealthy didn't have the vote for a very long time. In fact, they fought longer than women to get the vote, you know. And so, you know, maybe we should be using our rights to vote, but on the other hand, the choice is so difficult. Sometimes it's just, I just don't know what to do. You know, I sometimes dither and just make a last minute decision. I don't know whether I'd be better off not. I don't know. I just feel guilty that I should vote. No. Right. Anyway, I will probably vote this time, but I just don't know who for. But I'm hoping we'll get some information. This is number 2, and I'm going to use it for this one here. I'm hoping we'll get some information which will help me decide. We'll see. Often the information you get is just X party isn't doing enough at this, or there's a problem with this, and it's like, yeah, I'm aware with what people aren't doing and with what the problems are. What I'm not aware of is how to fix them, and if anyone's got a good idea. It's easy to criticise, we can all do that. 72. But solving, that's the hard bit. Now these are quite short, so I'm just going to use this one colour. I'm going to try to make it more intense here than to the edge. The sun is shining today. I'm a little bit later recording in the day, so it's moved around a bit, so it's not on the desk, which is rather a surprise, or rather nice. And but it's bright in here still. And I went out early because I'm not keen on getting sunburned or being in the sun too long, and actually it was quite chilly when I went out, and so I actually wore a coat, well, just a jacket, not really a coat. This one, now I'm having a look and trying to think what's going to balance the colours. We've got an orangey red, we've got blue, purple, grey. Oh, excuse me, yawning again. How many of you have I set off? I'm really sorry. We've got a bit of yellow as well, haven't we? So I'm thinking, should I do some greens? I think I will. Let's go for it. Oh, I'm having a cold shiver now after that big yawn. Number 56, I'm going to do for the centre. Like I've done for other circular shapes, I'm going to go around the edge with more layers to make it a little more intense. And then reduce those layers as we go around. There we go, I can just hear my son saying goodbye. He's signing off from his live stream. Now with 57, we're going to do a little sort of pattern thing, like we did with some of our other circular items earlier on. I think it was in video 2, where we will make it quite dark along this line and then fade it along. Make it quite dark here. To make it dark, I'm just layering it lots. It's not that easy with this little space, but I'm just doing the best that I can. That's all I can do. I'm just checking that you're still in camera shot, because that would be a bit embarrassing. Just moving around and around. Put a video on TikTok this morning. I put a few videos on TikTok from time to time, just in case there are people over there that are interested in colouring and haven't seen my YouTube or something like that, you know. And did that. Had one video go really popular, and I wasn't sure why. And I told my boy, and he went mad. He said, "That video is something naughty." I was like, "What? My video wasn't naughty." He's like, "No, that word you used in the title of the video, I'm not going to tell you what it is," which sounded completely innocent and absolutely fine. These days, it's not. I was like, "Really? It's just the name of an object, by the way." So nothing that I wouldn't have used, and I will still continue to use the word if it comes up, if it's relevant, but as I said, I'm not going to say it now. 579. So because you use that keyword, what I'm going to do is make it a bit darker here and then fade to the edges. Because you use that keyword in your video name, people tuned in because they're expecting a certain naughty thing. He didn't use the word naughty, he told me Well, anyway, I am. And I was like, really? I'm not that innocent, but wow. Anyway, so I thought, okay. So this really popular, I think it was popular on TikTok. It's a very popular short as well on YouTube. But just for all the wrong reasons, because people weren't expecting it to be a colouring video, they were expecting something completely different. And I was like, whoops. But you know, it's got lots of views, so maybe that's not such a bad thing, even if it's not for the right reason, I don't know. Alright, now I'm looking at these sort of long tendrils while I blow my nose. I think we usually do them in a sort of grassy type colour. I might stick with that, especially if it's got a green shape. But maybe we'll mix a couple of colours like we did last time. Yeah, let's go for this. We've got, oops, I'm just knocking my pencil over, there we go. We've got this sort of brownish green, I think it's an ochre, number 19. We use this first on the base. What I want to do is fade it down, just sort of fade it off. I think this is one. I was debating whether that's a sort of long water droplet, but I don't think so. That'd be a little odd, wouldn't it? So yes, I'm on a lot of different social media channels. YouTube is definitely my main one, but I do put up pictures I've coloured on Instagram and Facebook, and links to my videos. So if you don't get the notifications or something, you can find my videos. Just wondering whether to go for that. I think I will. I may need to just put something on top. We'll see. This is 17. We'll see if it shows up. Yes, so I am on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Reddit, TikTok, and what's that called? Threads. But I think I don't think I keep my Threads link on my in my description anymore because I rarely use it. It doesn't seem popular, I don't know. But anyway, Instagram is the place I've got the most followers after YouTube. So thank you to everyone that follows me there. I push up a tad so that we can do these little water droplets. We ended yesterday's video with water droplets. Feels like we're about to do the same again. 35, wasn't it? I'm just double checking. Yeah. There we go, 35. I'm going to go around the edges more intensely and then try and fade towards the centre. I hope everyone is liking this video and finding something to colour while they watch. I think it's good to try to do so. I guess it's hard to colour and watch at the same time, but I often listen to videos and colour, but they're more like podcasts rather than something you've got to watch, if that makes sense. Right, I think I'm going to make that do for today. I don't really want to get stuck in with anything else that's too big. We haven't done loads, we've sort of done this area, haven't we? We haven't done the shell yet, but we can do that another time and this little bit, and then maybe these ones up here next time. I think we will leave that there for today. So I hope everyone has a really good day. Please do like, subscribe and comment. It does make a difference and I really appreciate it. Thank you to those that do. Have a super day and happy colouring.